Welcome back to another Basement Boy Reviews Summer Edition. It is summer now. It's almost June, Memorial Day, start of summer. We'll call the beginning ones the transitional time. The transitional time. Spring. So summer movie season kicked off. XMen Apocalypse came out last night. Me and Chad were at the premiere. Brian was not. Brian went and saw it like 30 minutes ago. So it's fresh in his mind, and me and Chad will be trying to remember things from hours ago because we're both old. Before Brian makes that joke, I'll make it myself. But yeah, so that's what we're here to do. So XMen Apocalypse. The third installment of the new X-Men movies, technically the sixth installment overall, if you're talking about X-Men movies total.
Wait, is it 6 or...
Yeah, it'd be 6.
Isn't there another one in there?
Of X-Men movies. I didn't say like X-Men Universe movies.
Movies that include
movies.
X-Men.
So yeah, 6 X-Men movies. So we had X-Men 1, 2, Last Stand, First Class, Days of Futures Past, and now
I thought there was a movie that happened in the middle of...
Well, there's The Wolverine and X-Men Origin Wolverine that technically exist, but like they're not X-Men movies, they're Wolverine movies.
I just made them, I wanted them to...
But they're not
Can
X-Men
I
movies,
mention something super duper ultra mega quick?
Yeah.
Oh, spoilers, by the way.
Oh yeah, this is a spoilers review. Spoilers.
And this is a little tangent. Maybe we can get this out of the way since we just mentioned Wolverine anyway. The little snippet of Wolverine in this movie.
His cameo?
I think that makes a better origin story than the whole movie.
Than the whole movie of X-Men Origins? Definitely.
And, oh my goodness, does it give me a hard-on for a rated R Wolverine movie?
Yep, because they didn't show... All right, we'll get there. Let's get with... we all saw it. I'm going to start this one off. I had mediocre expectations walking into this film, to be honest with you. And I was pleasantly surprised. It wasn't as good as Days of Future Past, in my opinion, but it was a very solid movie. I thoroughly enjoyed a lot of it. I thought it had a lot of good tie-ins to other movies, a lot of good jokes, but not too much. It was dark when it needed to be, light when it needed to be. So I thoroughly enjoyed myself in this movie, more than I thought I was going to. So let's let our guest go second here. What were your expectations kind of going in and then coming out?
Well, I had high expectations, but I also was trying to do my best not to read or hear any of the previews or reviews
and stuff. Yeah,
and it was getting kind of a bad rap, and I thought it was good.
Was it getting a bad rap?
Yeah, it's not getting great reviews. Yeah, it's getting beat up. Not as bad as Batman vs Superman got beat up, but it's getting beat up.
I'm gonna feel bad when I say what I think of this movie.
So all right,
Star Tribune, they gave it like 2 out of 4.
Really?
Yeah. So, but I liked it, and like you said, there was times when I thought it was like visually overstimulating. Granted it was chaos and the end of the world stuff,
right?
But it was like overkill on the visual effects at some points.
There was a lot going on in that movie. Like there is just a lot going on in that movie overall. All right, so Brian, I don't know how he feels about this movie. Like I said, we haven't even discussed it yet. What were your expectations going in, and then your feeling coming out?
So when I saw that trailer.
Yep, the first trailer, the Comic-Con trailer.
Yeah, the leaked one. My boner spiked.
Yep.
Then, as we continued,
Swing.
It was half chub.
It was a semi.
After coming out of that movie, I would say I lost my load a couple times.
Wow.
Not just
Blew
once.
the full load, multiple.
Oh yeah.
Multiple O's.
And reloaded.
Multiple
Reloaded.
O's.
That's how good it was.
Wow. He was showing the O face.
I would probably put this as my favorite comic book movie of the year.
Favorite comic movie of the year?
Thus far.
Right. Doctor Strange still hasn't come out. Neither is Suicide Squad. So you're talking out of Batman vs Superman, Deadpool, and Civil War. This is your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to go as far as say this is the best X-Men movie that they've ever made? Are you willing to go that far?
I won't say it in those words, but I'll say it's the one I like the most. And I don't want to say best because...
You're fucking splitting hairs so bad on that.
And the reason I say that is because technically speaking, from filmmaking perspective and all of the technicals, it's hard to say unless I literally watched every single one and pulled out a notebook and was critiquing it like a real movie reviewer.
I hear you.
But as far as when I walked out, my enjoyment level was greater in this than in any X-Men movie I've seen.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
including Deadpool.
Wow. God, I don't know if I still think Deadpool's number one for me. But let's talk about some of the things we liked in this film. I really enjoyed Scott Summers and Jean Grey more than I thought I was going to.
Mm-hmm.
And Jean Grey is from Game of Thrones. I'm pretty sure about this. She's the Game of Thrones actress, the redhead. And her in Game of Thrones and her in this movie completely different. And I just started watching Game of Thrones. If you haven't watched our episodes, I said that earlier in the last episode. But it didn't distract me that she's both characters because she's so different in the two films, I thought. What also worked for me was Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was a great part of that film. Obviously, Quicksilver, though. I mean, let's just talk about Quicksilver for a minute.
You can go in there. Not my favorite character in the movie.
Wow. Okay, I was gonna say, how can it not be? He is amazing. Like the way that dude plays that character. No wonder Marvel decided just to kill theirs and just kill him, because honestly, that Quicksilver is awesome. We had a huge debate standing in the parking lot with Dennis and a couple other people about who's faster, Flash or Quicksilver, and obviously it's Flash. Just do your homework. It's Flash. Flash is faster. Flash can break time and like stuff like that.
I need to know more about comic-wise.
Quicksilver doesn't have those powers.
Well, then yeah, I would say
because they don't have Speed Force. But either way,
right? Then I would agree.
Regardless, Quicksilver was probably the thing that worked most for me. He was definitely my favorite character. What are some of the things you liked?
I like Quicksilver, and I do like that actor or version of him, whatever. Of the Quicksilver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Marvel one was trash.
Oh, the Marvel one's so bad compared to this one.
Even if you didn't have a comparison, and you just said how good is he, not strong. But when you compare it to like the best possible incarnation, I mean, it's like the Robert Downey Jr. casting for Iron Man. Like you couldn't have hit it more on the nose. The guy's so good.
Oh, things I liked. Olivia Munn's cleavage. That was spot on.
Literally, when that part happened,
the
first thing I thought, I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, that's Thor's favorite part of the movie right there.
It was. That was like a great shot.
I was nudging him.
He was nudging me every time because her cleavage was on point that whole movie. I like how they left her alive, too. Like we said, spoilers, so I like how they left her alive. All right, going off what we liked. So you like the Quicksilver stuff.
And I like the Wolverine.
The Wolverine cameo.
And that was
solid.
pretty cool when he came out and had the Weapon X.
He had the Weapon X gear.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That was awesome. Brian, what'd you like?
My favorite character and part in this, or parts, Magneto. He stole the show for me.
Magneto. Fassbender fucking brings it. He is becoming...
He was good.
Demolished it, Magneto. Not only was he a sympathetic character, but he did the right thing in the end. Spoilers again.
We already said it.
He did the right thing in the end. There was no point. I mean, there was quite a few points where he was just, I'll admit, he was in the zone where he was just doing his Magneto stuff. Yeah. But literally every time he's on the screen, all I was thinking was like, I would give a lot have magnet powers.
He's very magnetizing when on screen.
Oh, wow.
Like how I did that. So let's talk about that Wolverine cameo for a minute. So we won't go like all into how they got there, but they end up in the Stryker facility. Mm-hmm. Stryker ends up getting...
The alkaline lake.
Yeah, the lake in Canada. Takes him up there. He's got Mystique, Quicksilver, Beast, and Moira Taggart. Mm-hmm. And then Jean, Cyclops, and Nightcrawler snuck on, and she used her powers to kind of like mask them.
Right.
And then they end up breaking Weapon X out of his cage. And he goes on a fucking rampage. Kills everybody in the place.
I was going to say, literally from the start of this movie, they were not holding punches. Like, if people were, like, worried Fox was going to, like, child down
Tone
Deadpool.
It down, yeah.
No. Like, I mean, yeah, there wasn't swearing, but, I mean, they were motherfuckers left and right. Like, people turn into dust and just frying and cooking them.
Apocalypse,
like,
even in that beginning part, remember when he like scrunched that human, or the guy jumped at him and he turned him into a ball and threw him into the wall? Yeah, because you were like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, they were not pulling punches.
Yeah,
they showed those mutant powers like
they did
the most brutal forms.
I don't see why this movie is getting a bad rap, because it was pretty phenomenal. They did a lot of things well.
Apocalypse did the thing where he makes the guy suck into the wall and just leaves his face out. Leaves him there.
Let's talk about Apocalypse for a minute. Did you like him as a villain? Like,
I thought he was a good villain. And,
Yeah?
And the part where he starts recruiting his horsemen.
Yep.
And basically, oh, you have no idea what your powers are. Here,
And then
let me
unlocks
zoom
them.
you up a little bit.
See, I like that they didn't. Remember how we were talking about months ago? They were talking about doing it like he controlled minds, and inevitably that's what he wanted to do with like taking Charles' powers and stuff like that. When they used Cerebro, he was aware of what was going on. But I like how he didn't have he wasn't controlling them. Like it was free will. You know what I mean?
Well, free will to an extent.
Free will to an extent.
It was
But it's
exactly what you want.
It's like a drug addict. Like he gives you a taste of some power, and you want more
it's like
power.
the
so you're
cult leader thing.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
like, here, I'm gonna give you a thingy that you desire, and now you're like.
I didn't
awesome.
love him as a villain. I liked him for what he did. It was good, but my favorite parts are when he would kind of go on those like soliloquies and start like screaming and like getting all billowy and like those parts were probably the
And when they
best
did his
parts
voice cool and
Yeah,
whatever.
the way they modulated it.
I'm sure people will make fun of it, but I
So,
thought
you
it
know
was
what?
way better than like Bane and some of those
you know
ones
that
where they mess with
yeah.
them.
Well, you know it's Poe Dameron. That's dude from Star Wars, Oscar Isaacs. That's the guy who's that's Poe Dameron.
Which one?
Oscar Isaac, the pilot, the guy who's captured in the beginning, BB-8's owner.
Oh, that's who.
That is
really?
Apocalypse.
Oh wow!
And did you even notice it? Like
Not even a little bit.
Right? Yeah. No, it didn't pull you out at all. He's a great actor. That dude's a really good actor. I like that. So the Wolverine stuff was super cool. We got to see like Chad was saying earlier, the full Weapon X suit with the headpiece, the belt.
Oh, and then when Gene does the.
Yep.
When he's leaving.
Unlocks his mind a little bit, like just gives him like a little memory back. Yeah. And then, just how he destroyed everybody. There was a lot of blood. They didn't show him like cutting people in half, which is why Brian's excited for the rated R version. Cause
they showed the clouds going in, but that's it.
And
unleashing his
sprayed
power
blood.
and making it like cutting limbs off. Chubby for that.
Anyone who's like, well, why? Oh, they're just copying off the success of Deadpool. Watch that scene and tell me. Wolverine shouldn't have obviously have been rated R before. I mean, he can totally do not R, but
right.
I mean, right there,
if
he did awesome.
If you want to show his berserker stuff and like him go off and like the Wolverine that we all love, you have to go R because
origin stories and stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's not like a part of the team yet. He hasn't learned to not be a horrible monster.
Right.
Like that requires rated R. You know what I mean? Because he's
not
trained
yet.
yet.
I'm curious,
you know?
Old Man or like the next Wolverine movie, how it is going to be because it takes place with Patrick Stewart, not James McAvoy. It takes place in modern times, so Deadpool's around. It doesn't take place in the 80s or 90s like the movies are right now. So let's maybe talk about some of the things we didn't like. Because, I mean, is there anything that you maybe didn't care for as much as you thought you would have? I thought Jubilee was underused. I would like to seen her in it more.
Yeah, it's kind of a joke. Other than you knew who she was.
Right, yeah.
I didn't mind that just because they had so many characters.
Right.
It was one of those things where it builds the universe up, having her there.
Yeah.
But she's not distracting.
Archangel, I thought was he wasn't my favorite.
It was cool how he took them all tattered and shot.
Yeah. And then made him with
like,
the metal
I can
wings
work with
and
this.
stuff like that.
I love
yeah.
that scene where they give him his metal wings.
That scene
was
is solid. I'm just saying
amazing.
that character doesn't work for me. He barely had any lines. He didn't have a personality. Like Storm had a personality. Psylocke had a personality. Magneto obviously stole the show. But out of the four horsemen, he was probably the weakest. You know what I mean? Definitely.
I wouldn't honestly, I thought Psylocke was the weakest.
Really?
Yes.
Eh.
You were probably
Maybe
just
I'm
distracted
just
by
blinded
her.
Maybe I'm
You're
just blinded
by cleavage.
blinded by the light, as they say.
But I didn't think he was bad. But Psylocke and him, I thought, were probably the least developed. But at the same time, they were also the most, out of the four of them, which, if you had to pick some to not develop as well, which two are you going to pick? Well, Magneto's got to get developed.
Magneto,
He's
for
super
sure. Storm. It's Storm. Yeah.
So those two are the ones that are going to get dropped to the wayside.
And most people don't know who they are. They know Storm and
if you
Magneto.
had sat through a bunch of development, it would have been boring.
Well,
and
that movie
longer.
was already long enough, anyways. It didn't need to be any longer.
Exactly. And I thought the little development they got was good.
It was like it's almost 2.5 hours.
2:25.
Yep.
2 hours and 25 minutes.
Yep. What was I gonna say? So Psylocke was left alive. Angel died. In that crash. I'm not sure if Havoc's dead or not.
Well, implied dead.
Implied dead, but that doesn't mean dead because X-Force. They're talking about X-Force, and I would love to see Havoc return.
Well, both of them, both Angel and Havoc. it's implied they're dead because
They never
Angel
show 'em,
very well
yeah.
because he has all the metal
Metal
wings and stuff.
He
now.
could have flown up. Yeah.
Well, not even that, but if his wings
Protect
are
them.
metal,
Yeah.
he expanded. He could have like a metal skeleton too.
Oh yeah.
So he could be similar, not necessarily the healing factor, but similar to like a Wolverine type thing, where he's harder to kill now.
Technically killed Apocalypse.
Yes,
Technically.
Mm-hmm. But he did say a line that implies something like "I'll be back."
Well, we know where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Like they set that up. They punched you in the face with that. You saw the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're going Dark Phoenix Saga in the '90s. In the timeline of the animated series, we're gonna do Dark Phoenix a second time. They're gonna take another stab at it. Hey, more power to them.
Kind of threw me a little bit because I knew it's what he was going for Xavier when he was saying, "Don't hold back."
Yeah, unleash it. Yeah.
Whereas the older guy was trying to keep it under the wrap.
Under wrap. Yeah, and see that one. That's why I was like, that was maybe not my favorite part either. Is that plot device?
But the visualization when she went Phoenix mode was sick.
It was crazy. It was crazy, and I love that. She's a hot little redhead, so I'm totally good with that. Like I'm totally good with that. But I'm
partial to redheads, so
married to one. What was I gonna say? And then what was the end credit scene was Wolverine. We think we know who the villain's gonna be for Wolverine. Mr. Sinister, get ready. Essex Corp is Mr. Sinister's company, and they have Wolverine's blood. They're talking about X-23, a lot of things with the last Wolverine movie because they got to transition away from Hugh Jackman, but they still could use Hugh Jackman in the '90s film. Just I don't know how they're gonna do this, but they are weaving a intricate basket with this.
Oh,
shit
yeah.
At this point, it'll be curious to see what direction they go next, for sure. So final scores.
Oh, and then Stan Lee.
Stan Lee's cameo. Was that the first time he's cameoed in a X-Men movie? I want to say that is.
Is it?
I want to say that's the first time he's cameoed in an X-Men movie.
I don't know, but
Let us know. Let us know, people. Let us
Yeah.
know. I think that is
But it
the
was kind of cool that it was just actually an old dude.
just an old dude with a kid.
Yeah,
like, watching
very
the
reserved.
Yeah.
Looked like his wife.
Her wife or something. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
it
his
was
older
grandkid.
wife. No,
Sure. All right.
And it was very reserved. I mean, if that's his grandkid, then he was supposed to be 1,000. Well, almost as old as you in that movie.
Isn't he like 90 now?
Hey,
He is.
I had to-
He's having his final New York Comic Con appearance this year. He's not going to be going to New York anymore. He'll probably still go to San Diego because he lives on the West Coast. But New York Comic Con, this is his last year. So, all right, final scores out of mansions, out of Xavier's schools for wayward children, out of 5. Brian, start us off. How many are you going to give it?
I'll give it 5.
5 out of 5.
5 mansions out of 5.
Well, that probably spiked. Chad.
I'm gonna go 4.75.
7.5?
I thought he was just making noise at first. So
I did for a second too. I'm going 4.25. Like I said, I like this movie. Didn't love this movie. I thought Days of Future Past was better, but it was a solid continuation of the X-Men story. It definitely opens doors up for what's coming next. So they did a good job all around in all of that. Yeah, so that's it. This is another Gamer Corner review. Watch the
Gamer
channel.
Corner review?
Or what
We
the
just
fuck?
taped. Hey,
We just taped Gamer Corner.
he crashed Gamer Corner. Gamer Corner crashed
I did.
this.
This is another Basement Boy reviews. Check out some of our other reviews. The main show, Gamer Corner, Thor's Thoughts. Like, subscribe, follow us on all social media. Until the next episode, deuces.